Today I'm going to talk about motivation. Um, During this 2 week period, I have learned a huge amount about this topic. Like, I never knew that, like, a lot about how to stay motivated and how to, get motivated. I learned a huge amount about how money affected, motivation, because it made no sense to me that people who received a higher reward would perform worse, but it makes more sense the more I learn about it. Then I also did not realize that if you do not act upon motivation within the first 5 seconds, that it just completely goes away, which I can attest to this. However, I did not realize that that's how it worked. And it also amazed me about the candle problem because, like, I didn't even think about the box being the solution until after they explained it, and I was like confused. And that was just amazing to me that people performed way worse on that if they were receiving a higher amount of money. Motivation to me is exceptionally interesting. Like, it's amazing how, like, outside factors affect motivation. Like, I've read online about people who would love their job before there was a job, and then they'd get hired for it, and it would just lose all want to do it, and it would no longer be something they could really perform well and enjoy doing for long. And I specifically noticed this in, I work with someone and they're a cook, and they always tell me that they absolutely love cooking, but then in work they just don't want to actually work on, and they just don't seem to want to be there. And it always amazed me how they just did not want to come into work despite the fact that they say they always loved cooking. And I mean, it also amazes me how people's performance drops if they don't see results from doing things, and their motivation greatly decreases as they don't get the rewards they want or the outcome they want. It's just absolutely stunning how that works. And then I personally feel like I can apply this to my life very well because I know that I never wake up when I want to unless I get ample sleep, and it's mainly just because I find it comfy and I'm like, I don't want to leave until after 10 seconds, and then by then I'll have lost all motivation for it since I didn't act on it within those 5 seconds. I've also found that a lot of times I just won't do things because I don't start the motivation, like, I do not put forward the amount of energy required to do it. And so if I just put a little more energy forward, I think I could do a lot more that I normally would not do. I also did not realize that if I really enjoy something, that going into it as a career might not be the best idea, just because you will end up not enjoying the process anymore and will find yourself very irritated with it, and it's just crazy. I also find it absolutely amazing that when people are just not giving any specific task, that they improve. Like when they have the FedEx days in Australia, how some of the best stuff comes out of that, even though they just don't do any programmed work, and they all seem to improve a lot and just thoroughly enjoy doing their job where they normally might not. And that just increases the company's performance by so much, and it's such a cool concept, and I didn't even realize that was a thing, but it definitely would help a lot with working on stuff in work.